Alright, today we're going to show how to put in a tail wrap on Red's tail. As you see, he's got a lot, so the tail wraps work better than bags for him. So make sure it's brushed out. I always use a human detangler brush so I don't pull out quite so many hair. Unbraid your tail wrap. Now you're going to just tie it into the tail with the tubes on the back side. And right now I don't worry about where the tailbone is because I slide it down after before tying it off. So just do a basic bow. Lost my tie. I go around the back and I do another just simple tie and come around the front, and that's when I'll do my bow so that I can take it undone easy and slide it down. Okay, so and if you have anything on your wrist like a watch or something, I suggest you take it off because you're going to be sticking your arm up the tubes. So go down to the end of the tube, open it up, stick your arm into it and pull it until your hand comes out. Then with your other hand, grab off the section of hair, about a third of it. Try not to grab the end of the bow, but if you do, you can pull it out. It's not a big deal. So, and this is where I keep my brush handy on the butt, because if I'm coming down to the end, as you see, his tail goes onto the ground. I can unsnaggle it. All right, so there we go. Now you're going to grab your section with your hand that's inside the tube and just pull it through. Don't let go of it inside until all the hair comes in. I kind of grab the tube and roll it up so I can use two hands on him. And once it's in, I just take my brush and just give it a comb and then pull the tube over the hairs like that. Then we're just going to go ahead and do that with the other hair. So I'm going to check where we're at. All right, this time I decided to section it off before sticking my hand in the tube. Okay, now for the middle tube.
That's a pretty tail bag. Where did you get it from? What kind is it?
It's from Simply Tails, done by Rachel. It's kind of cool because they put an advertisement on the tail bags too.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. So she does like custom work. You can pick different colors and talk to her about doing custom. Okay, and so it does take a little more time than doing a simple braid, but you can leave them in longer. And once you get, the first time you do it, it does tend to take a little bit longer, but as you put them in over and over again, you get kind of used to it. So, all right, now we're doing our last section of hair. Luckily, Red's a very good boy. Well, he just dumped my brush, and we'll stand very still for this. This tube's a little bit tight. Okay. We pull. So again, if the hair looks rough like this one does, you're gonna just comb it a little before you pull the tube.
It just made it easier for you to get the brush.
Yeah, exactly. So just comb it out. Oh, and if you should leave like a leave-in conditioner or something. I sprayed his tail before we started. It just helps it to, you know, get moisturized while it's in the bags. Protects it more. Okay. So now you're gonna feel where your tailbone is. Red's ends right here. He's got a long tailbone. He's a Tennessee walking horse. And so you're just gonna loosen your ties so that it comes under the tailbone, like right under it. And then go ahead and pull it as tight as you can make it. Okay, I'm gonna go around the back again. You don't want your ties to end up too long, so just keep doing that until, let me see if I can do it one more time before I put a bow in it. I think I can. Okay, so just do a simple bow. All right, now you're gonna take your tubes, and I pull down as I braid on the fabric so that I can cover as much of his hairs as I can get, because his tail does stick out the bottom. But for me, I just use the ties to tie the ends up. But I am gonna stretch the fabric over the hairs so that it comes as long as possible. And I braid pretty tight. So just keep braiding. Okay. Wow, Red. Yep, my horse farts a lot. Okay, so now locate your two ties. They're usually on the middle one, which in this case is the white one with hearts on it. This is a Valentine's custom wrap, by the way. And you're gonna tie it off. Okay. I'll go around. Have enough stretch. Whenever you can circle around the back, you're gonna do that. Okay. So if you can, I'm gonna do a little teeny bow. There goes my brush again. Okay. And then for these ends, I kind of grab it, because you only have to do this if your horse has super long tail, is I grab it and I fold it under, and I'll go ahead and tie it up so that the hair comes towards the top, I guess. I'm tying it up so it doesn't drag on the ground. And again, just simple bows. Okay, same with this one. I fold it back, pick out two of the thinner ones, and tie it to the braid. You can just continue doing some knots. If your bag touches the ground, you can tie them up this way too. Just make sure that it's not dragging on the ground. Okay. So you got your bag in, and now we're gonna make sure to extra secure it. So I use human hair tie. I never use those little rubber bands, even though it's protected. I'm gonna come around the bottom again. Just extra protection because he does swish. And then for for all these little bows, those are where you can use these little rubber bands that are meant for like mane, tail. So I take the two ends of the bows and I put them together and I wrap the rubber band around them. And this just keeps them from being able to be snagged as easy to pull them undone. And yet it still makes it easy for you to come in and undo them when you want to. So you just kind of look through any little ends sticking out from your bows. You can go ahead and put those together. I think I pretty much covered them. That one, where's the end? Aha. So this one will just go in. And secure them. These are just extra precaution. Okay, look through, see the fabric. If you did it, you won't really have too many sticking out. Oh, I can see this one, the pinks. And then when you go to undo it, you just pull. By the time you go to undo it, these rubber bands have had it, so they just break really easy. And there you go. And these, I've had them stay in until I go to take them out. I think I left it in about a month. And then I go and I switch them out so I can wash the others. Plus I just love customizing, so I like a different pattern every month. All right, thank you again. This is Red, Tennessee Walking Horse.